lesson we've learned what pinyin is and why four tones are so important. And now let's get down to some fun stuff and let's learn the four tones of pinyin. Okay, what are the four tones? Okay, let's talk about them one by one. First tone in Chinese is first tone. We call it flat tone. Flat. And second tone is a rising tone. Rising tone. And third tone is falling rising tone. You need to hear that little bounce. And fourth tone is a falling tone. Okay, now I'm going to explain one by one. First tone is flat tone. And flat tone, first tone is usually very high pitched. It's like when you're singing, you do this. When you speak the first tone, I should not sense that variation in your pitch. If I hear that pitch variety, like the little bouncing, dropping, or rising, then you're wrong. You should be able to prolong your voice as long as you can, and I should still not sense that variation. And when people pronounce the first tone, sometimes I will tell you this. I say, go beyond your normal speaking range because, you say, I don't want to sound like a little girl. But that's really how the first tone should sound like. High-pitched. Okay. Let's practice a few words. China. 中国. 中. 中. Do you sense that? 中. I can just elong my voice forever and it's still like flat and high-pitched. 中. Okay, to eat. 吃. 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 Number 7. 七. 七. See? Of course, I'm exaggerating. Chinese people don't really talk like this. But you get what I'm saying. First tone is high-pitched. 七. And flat. Okay, now let's talk about second tone. Second tone is a rising tone. What do you mean by rising tone? It sort of sounds like when you say the English word, what? What? I should really sense that rising. That's exactly how the second tone should sound like. There's something I need to remind you here. It's very interesting. In English, when you say, it usually indicates the sentence is a question. But in Chinese, a second tone, which sounds like a question, has nothing to do with a question. It's simply one of the Chinese four tones. Remember that. Okay, now let's try to practice a few second tone words. Okay, earlier we learned China is 中国, 中, first tone, and 国, 国 is the second tone. Can you sense that rising? 国, 国. Of course I'm exaggerating. But normally when we speak it, it's like this. 中国, 中国. Can you still sense that? Okay, how about Chinese language? Now you're speaking the Chinese language, right? So it's 中文, 中文, 中文. When you learn pinyin, I really suggest you use all the senses you have to help you memorize that. For example, first tone you do this, flat. And second tone you might point to the sky and say, what? That's the second tone. What? 文, 国, Okay? At first, please exaggerate the sound. Because later, when you get lazy, and then you'll fall back to the normal speaking format. 中文, Chinese language. First tone and second tone. 中文, 中文. See? In this lesson, we've learned the first tone and second tone. And we're going to learn the third tone and fourth tone next time. Thank you so much. Good job. Take care. Bye. 再见.